YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please click that subscribe button below. I would appreciate it. Today I'm actually switching things up, feeling a little motivated today. Wanted to make a video about self-doubt, how to overcome it, tips to overcome it. Usually do personal finance videos, but like I said, feeling a little motivated today, so let's get into it. All right, so how to overcome self-doubt. These are things that have helped me in my life, things I've experienced, things I want to share with you that can hopefully help you in your life if you're feeling any of these things. So tip number one, to overcome self-doubt, stop comparing. So stop comparing yourself to people around you, people on social media, people that are, living a life that maybe you want to live, people that have all this money, drive these nice cars, have a big house. It doesn't matter, right? Because the moment we do that, we're giving control over to someone else in our life, right? We're not taking control for the things that we can control in our lives. So stop comparing. I think a lot of us fall into this trap, especially today with technology and social media. I myself am a victim of it. I do it from time to time still, and I recognize it and look at where it's actually coming from and then go back to my state of focusing on myself, moving forward and going down the path that I want to go down. So tip number one. Tip number two, get a support group, get a community of thinkers, of action takers that are doing the things that you want to do in your life. And that's so valuable, because when you do that, you surround yourself with people who think like you, who do things similar to you, and they're there to support you, right? I always say, and you probably heard this, is you are an average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. I mean, look at the people in your life. Look at what they're doing with their lives, how they are emotionally, physically, no matter what that is, and then look at your life. And I think that's very important. I'm a big believer in hanging out with people that are doing more than you necessarily, and doing the things that you want to do. I'm a big athlete, was a big athlete growing up, and as a golfer, I always wanted to play with people that were better than me. Why? Because I wanted to learn from them, I wanted a challenge, and I wanted to push myself to get to that level to where they're at. So have a support group, have a community of like-minded people, and that will just totally negate everything else that is going on in your life if it comes to self-doubt and conversations you have surrounding yourself and your life. So tip number two. Tip number three, don't always think of the negative consequence. I tend to do this a lot. We do this a lot as humans because we are meant to protect ourselves from danger, right? So we're always thinking of a negative consequence in any situation in life, whether that be career, personal, whatever that may be, right? I'm still a victim. I do this from time to time. I recognize it. I move forward. But like I said, the reason we do that, let's say it's an investment risk you're taking, or, you enter in a new relationship. It's okay to have those doubts. It's natural, but it's important to move past them and work through them and actually talk it out with, the person or whoever that may be, right? And that comes back to finding a support group, right? These are things that you bring up to people of scenarios of which you're experiencing in your life. So don't always think about the negative consequence. Focus on the positive. Focus on moving forward. Focus on, what would happen if you didn't take that risk or you didn't take that chance, right? You're just going to kind of stay stagnant and stay where you're at. So tip number three. Tip number four is don't care what people think about you. This is a big one. Took me a while in my life to really understand what that actually meant, and that is, staying in your lane, staying to true to yourself, and not really caring what other people think, because the only person that's actually living your life is you, right? And goes back to my first point in that the minute we think about what other people think about us in life, we are giving them control over our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, everything. I mean, think about that for a second, right? The minute you do that, you are giving control to someone else of your own life. And the only person that should be controlling your life is you. So always remember that. Don't really care about what other people think. Always be kind, be respectful to people, but stay in your lane and stay moving forward and on pace, right? With everything that you're trying to accomplish in your life. And tip number 5, let me look at my sheet here. Big one here. Take consistent action. This is so powerful, especially over time, because when we take consistent action with, let's say it's a business idea, let's say it's, I talk about personal finance investing, right? If you're constantly taking consistent action, you're putting money in the market, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in the future, that's only going to compound over time, just like money compounds over time, right? So you may not see results in a month, in a year, in 2 years. It may be 4 years until you see results, right? But when we take consistent action every day, we work on our craft, we hone in on our craft, whatever that may be, it's only going to move us closer to our end goal. And everyone has a different end goal. And for those of you listening, I don't know what your end goal is, but know what your end goal is. Take consistent action to get there every day. You know, if I talk about money, and if it's a money goal and you want to save X amount of dollars, then what are you doing each day, in and out, each week, each month to get to that goal? So taking consistent action, being consistent with it, being persistent with it, super important. Those are my 5 tips. Hope it was helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.